Hello everyone, tonight, as we've done every Saturday this month, we're doing some U.B Funkeys. Let's hop back into the game. Of course, there's not going to be anything new because this should not even be connected to any kind of server. Not to mention just, the fact that this game has been dead for probably at least a decade at this point. And of course, since it's been a week, we've got to head to Crystal Clean Choppers to get our feet washed. Because we were tracking dirt, but we're able to go to the dentist. That is to get it cleaned. Now I've just gotta remember where the portal is to Kelpie Basin, and then we can get back to what we're doing. There's a Magma Gorge portal, but we've already completed Magma Gorge. But it's a shame that it's very clear that this game died prematurely. Because you can still see the various broken portals that are, signifier of planned main series content. Evidently there were still at least a couple more waves potentially in the works when the game was discontinued. Alright, so we ended off with one game of Twink Stream, so I will just head over there and play through that 4 more times. So I think I'm willing to bet that our first gem shard for this area is probably going to come from either Sprout or Glub. But I only got one game of Twink Stream in last week, so gotta get in. Another 4 quick rounds of simplified Space Invaders. Yeah, I do have confirmation that gem shards are cumulative score based, which I kind of suspected they were, since that way, no matter how how bad, you know, a literal child is at any of the mini games, they can still, you know, progress. Granted, you know, as long as you've got a couple funkies, it's not like you're stuck playing just the one game. Granted, you know, if you're aiming to actually complete the game, then you have to move on to a different game once you get the MacGuffin for the one you were playing. You know, hence why once I get the gem shard for a game, I just kind of stop playing it, because the goal of the series is to actually beat U.B Funkeys. You know, if it was just simply about like wandering Terrapini and reminiscing a little bit. I probably could have done like one stream and been done with it. You know, just played all of my old favorites a couple times. Probably focus mostly on the dream states rather than working my way through all of the original wave first. I think the way they're upping the difficulty is just making waves faster. I guess the big question is, how fast can you get a gem shard for a given game? Which would be the absolute fastest would be based on the maximum score. Like, you would take the maximum score and you would divide it by the number of you would take the maximum score per run through of the game, and you would divide. You decided to divide the cumulative score you need to hit in order to get the item. Maybe I'll be Twink streams I get the gem shard from first. Because like this run is getting kind of ridiculous. I wonder, has anyone done a U.B Funkeys speed run? Like, is there some kind of exploit you can do? Like, maybe someone's found, like, oh, if you do this, this, and this, and you skip right to the final cutscene, right from Funky's Town. It almost seems like this is just like the easy games area. Well, I got 2 items from that. However, that's not an insane high score. Alright, number 2 for the night and number 3 for the rotation. Just gotta be glad that, you know, they didn't do something real stupid that they could have very easily done. Which was to make Dot actually important to completing the game. Yes, for those that don't know, Dot was an exclusive San Diego Comic-Con Funky. And I'm willing to bet almost no one, at least up until the addition of Angus's his microtransaction manner, or actually played Dot's game. Because that's what happens when you sell a functional child's toy to a bunch of adult collectors. As they sit in the case that they came in so that they maintain pristine condition. Like, I actually played Dot's game once. And because, like, I think back in the day the game gave you like a small amount of the premium currency or something. And basically you could buy what's called the familiar, which is basically a way of buying a Funky without having to buy the actual physical Funky. Which, you know, when it comes to something like Dot, that's actually pretty good. Like, I would say that's one of the better uses of microtransactions, is as a way of kind of rectifying being an even worse idea. Like, when you think about it, Dot is almost to U.B Funkeys I think it's called Nelothi Dragon, is to Magic the Gathering. Right, that's number 3. So next is number 4. Because like, which I guess in some ways, depending on how good the Nelothi Dragon actually was mechanically. You know, there's a bit of a difference there because Magic is a game that's played competitively. Closest you ever get to playing, closest there's ever been to competitive U.B Funkeys is a handful of all of games that have multiplayer functionality that were added in Dream States. It's because like Lucky, Snipe, but Sprocket and somebody else. I'm trying to remember all of the games from Daydream Oasis. There had to be one other one that had multiplayer connectivity, right? So it'd be weird to have 2 multiplayer games in Nightmare Rift and then only one. And in Daydream Oasis, I remember the other 3 games being, none of them really jump out as being multiplayer. It's like, if I recall correctly, maybe it was Burger, because I think Burger's game might have had a competitive aspect to it that was made it be able to function as a multiplayer game. Of course, we're not doing any of that because that would require connecting to a server. And, you know, connecting to an unofficial server, well, I think there might be one that exists, is Twitch TOS, so we're not doing that. And so the reasons for not going in any of the chat rooms either. Which, I mean, you know, depending on how... and how active the servers are right... or even if it wasn't TOS, I might still not go into the chat rooms. I wonder if there is indeed an unofficial server. Are you still limited to just a handful of predefined phrases? Or did they figure out a way to need to bypass that restriction? Because chances are most people playing U.B Funkeys in this day and age are probably adults. You know, but because, you know, no child is gonna be like, I want to play this random Toys to Life game from like 2009. These days. Unless they at least get introduced to it by like their parent or something. Yeah, the kids these days are too busy playing like Among Us or whatever. Hey, you know, it's much easier. Like the sheer amount of work I had to put in to get this game functional. Because you've got to do like an unofficial download and manually apply a patch. And all kinds of stuff, like, you know, like technically this game is built on Flash. I have to wonder, was there just like a template somewhere, like half of these games where you could just swap out the assets? Be like, oh look, it's a new game. It's like, that would explain why pretty much like so many, you know, virtual worlds for children that are built on Flash use these same types of games. It's because they're because if nothing else, they're very easy to code, or even, you know, you can straight up just get a template. Because really, the most complicated thing in, you know, stuff like U.B Funkeys, Neopets, Webkins, code-wise, is gonna be the stuff that happens around the mini games. Although, to be fair, I haven't exactly seen much of anything that's in the same style as This is Wasabi's game. And honestly, I'm thankful for that. Of course, yeah, I've been sitting here knowing that, like, the worst is yet to come. Because we have not gotten to Laputa Station yet. We have not seen we have not yet even played a single time. Game that I could just never even comprehend. You know, surely I can understand it with my adult brain now. And honestly, if I as an adult can't understand and the game that I'm thinking of at this point, and we can just kind of blame the devs on that one. Because, like, you know, your children's game shouldn't have many games that are difficult for even an adult to figure out. Time for 5 rounds of fish bowling. You know, depending on how many points it turns out are needed for the gym shard, we may very well actually get the gym shard by the end of this. This set of 5. Almost has strike. Try going at it from an angle. Nope. That came out worse. Like, I feel like you've got to go at it from like a slight angle. Angle to actually get a strike. Yeah, surely. Surely 128 is still a good score. We were so close on that one. Of course, really, it's entirely possible that my skills from like one bowling game they have on Neopets don't even translate. Because this is a 2D game. Whereas the one on Neopets is 3D. So, you know, the physics engine of the pins could be completely different. To whatever extent you can even say that this has a physics engine for the pins. Oh, just barely missed one. Again, the bowling game I remember playing on Neopets also had like obstacles in the lane. Nice. Nice expansion. It's like clearly there's at least like collision between pins. And a simulation for how far pin can get launched. So that's 2, number 3. Which I guess the maximum you would be able to do is, score-wise, is probably to get strike every single time. I keep getting close to a strike, but not actually getting a strike. Of course, you never know. Maybe if I had ever actually gone bowling before. Like the only times I've ever played bowling have been in video games. Maybe if I actually had, real life bowling experience, so that might translate too. So that was number 3. Okay, so this is number 4 for the rotation. And that was Gutter Ball. I feel like I'm doing steadily worse. And the plus side. Just two more runs of this, and it'll be time to switch over to the game that I'm best at, seemingly in this entire game. Mostly because it's incredibly easy. You know, at least the music is nice. Right, one more. And I get the feeling we're not getting the gem shard on this one. None just yet. Once again, an almost no strike. Nice. Finally. Ooh. Oh, they don't specify it as being a double. And of course now I'm not getting any strikes at all. If I can just do whatever I was doing for those couple consistently. See, there we go. Even though I got 3 strikes, I was like, I mean, nothing special. Actually, let's see which games I've got in my games room. Okay, I've got Blossom Boogie and Twink Dream in my games room, so I only have to actually go out there for the other two, you know, Glove and Tiki's games. Yeah, it's always nice when this one just kind of plays itself for a little while. You know, of course I'm gonna be great at the game that sometimes will just give you extra points. And because they set up the generation of the, you know, the things to where right from the start of the level, it can have multiple matches of 3. He just already done. Or more. So like sometimes, like when the level starts, you sometimes just have to sit there and wait for it to finish comboing off like you're playing a game of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Only at least this time, you know, honestly making a comparison between this game and basically every match of Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played, they passed like bronze rank or whatever. It's an insult to this match 3 game. And because at least when the game decides to combo off, it's beneficial to you. No, because you know, all it does is give you more points. And you know, it's more points without even having to do anything. You know, I wonder how many more arcade machines am I gonna have from this one game by the time we get the gem shard for it. You know, surely you can get the gem shard pretty fast when you keep getting insane high scores. Because, you know, it's quite possibly the easiest game in the entire series. No, I feel like that one took like ever so slightly extra long to switch over to the blue one just to taunt me. Right there's another. Right, so that now we're on number 2. So that's 12. One arcade cabinet for the night. And I believe that brings my collection up to 5. It's like pretty sure I've only had exactly like one run of this game where I didn't get an insane high score. Yeah. Again, this is probably the easiest game in all of U.B Funkeys. Because it's literally a match 3 game. Only that one had been Sprout Head. There we go. So combo. Like you know, if they do indeed make like just templates where you just swap out the assets to make a little flash game. Match 3 is probably like the free sample. Like maybe these ones are like, you know, change symbol. Symbol might be a premium feature. Since, you know, they add a little bit of complexity to the code. No, that's not otherwise present. Come on, turn purple again. Gotta keep at it. I might actually not get the insane high score this time. Yeah, that wasn't insane enough. I guess the threshold is probably like 5,000 or something. It doesn't help that I'm perhaps a little bit tired. This is number 4, I believe. Actually, no. I think this is only number 3. Yeah. The previous one was number 2. So maybe sometime, maybe I was just getting very lucky with the RNG, maybe before. It's like, hey, either I'm just missing some obvious ones somehow. Alright, seem to be getting fewer combos. Just like fewer actually good moves in general. See, really, if I am somewhat tired, then playing a match 3 game probably doesn't actually help that much. That's because, you know... Oh, it's kind of boring. I sure hope that this doesn't end up being like the last game that we need to get a gem shard from. To complete the area, because boy howdy would that be a bad stream. But you know, it's all a matter of how many points are needed. Yeah, because you know, they could have been like, oh, this one's a very easy one. Let's give it a really high threshold for the gem shard. And they just didn't realize that rather than properly balancing the easiness of the game, they just made it incredibly grindy. So that was number 4, so this will be number 5. That's a nice combo there. Maybe we can get, you know, 6 arcade cabinet off of this one. I didn't even see Those are lined up. Yeah, like if you're moving something multiple, if you ever can move something multiple times to get into position, then for a match you might as well I'll reserve that for if it's going to be a combo, because otherwise you at best break even, it looks like. Still need probably a couple thousand more points to need to get an arcade cabinet. Come on, turn blue. There we go. Took it long enough. Still a ways away from into that 5,000 mark. Oh, maybe we can get there. And get at least one more level after this, and we should. Nope. Oh, actually, that was enough. There we go, entertainment, even though they're non-functional. Yeah, we've got 6 of them just in a row. Time for more breakout. I mean, bounce and break. You know, totally, completely different game. It's, you know, a unique and innovative concept. Like, I wonder, like, if you at some point, like, look through every breakout clone and found one where the levels are the exact same as, and it was one coming from a completely different developer, that right there is proof that there's some kind of template. If nothing else, there would be a template for the level designs. Which, you know, depending on how many different breakout levels are out there, it's possible that there's just, like, a big book, basically, of breakout level designs. And devs making a breakout clone just either pick and choose a few of them, or because there's enough of them, you can just kind of put them in a random order, and only the most experienced breakout players will notice. That is that they aren't, you know, not exactly bespoke levels. Apologies for the abrupt BRB. I had something to just come up for a moment. Well, we didn't even get a single coin for that. So that was run number 1. Why do I get the feeling that this is gonna be the one that gets almost an entire stream devoted to it? Because I'm probably going to... I'm gonna do like I did with Magma Gourd for 4 and stick with the Kelpie Basin games until we complete the gym. And then we move on to Laputa Station. Then I have to... That is where I will have to face my nemesis. I think I will save that one for the last of that of first rotation. I don't need to lose this ball right now. That one more time. But you know, at least even if I can't figure out how to play the Hazener's game after all of this time, at least I won't have to play it forever. I'll just have to grind it a lot. Like, there will probably end up being an entire stream devoted to it. Oh look, I've managed to end up in a little bit of a soft lock. Fortunately, it's stuff like that they made it to where these metal blocks aren't completely unbreakable, just very durable. For just in case the ball gets stuck between some of them. Oh, I lost 2 extras. But at least I saved my life. I kept one of them. So that I can keep on playing. This is number 2 for tonight. Just hit the red one. And you piece of shit. All you've got to do is hit that red block, and of course you manage to hit the one directly beneath it, and not the red one. Right now, it's literally the only one left. And of course, I just barely missed catching it. So that's number 2. Since I'm not even getting any coins from this, threshold's probably pretty high. Number 3 for this rotation. I lost the original but kept the 2 spares. I can just get this one to actually hit the 3 remaining blocks. There we go. I'm just never going to hit that part of this level first try, am I? I'm actually kind of curious, like, how many points do I have to get to earn a single coin from this game? Even if all of my runs so far have gotten me nothing. You can really tell that they're at least reusing that voice clip that they had in Mask Mayhem. or whatever it was, or whatever it was called. I think it was Museum Mask Mayhem. So when you would get certain kind of like bonus, or something in that it would make that sound. Up to level 4. I think this might be my highest score so far tonight, so maybe this will actually net me some coins. What if they actually made it where the the gym threshold for this game is low enough that you only have to beat it twice. But you have to beat the entire game both times. Come on, just get up there. No, don't come back down immediately. There we go. Oh, level 5. Well, I've passed 10,000, so well, maybe they'll get me something. Just these 3 remaining blocks. Right. Getting somewhere. And now we're not. Now we're just kind of bouncing around. That was good. Now everything's bad again. I think it's a new level I haven't seen before. So that's good. I think you're kind of supposed to get like the, that multi-ball all early on, rather than destroying a good portion of the level before you even get there. Hit one more. There we go. Oh, level 7. Again with the multi-ball that's just kind of tucked away under a bunch of metal. Still very much reachable if you can get the right angle. And it's the end. Hey, I got 20 coins. And I will be right back, as I could probably use something like drink or something. Make sure that I'm fully awake. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Just had some apple juice. There's a few crackers. Now for the fourth game of this this breakout clone. Known for this rotation. Yeah, you know, if it took that much effort to get 20 coins, it's probably gonna take me a while to actually the gym shard threshold is probably pretty high. if you need over 10,000 points just to get any amount of coins, it seems. Just gotta hit one last piece of shit twice. Come on. Still not getting that one on the first try. And managed to lose both of my balls. All simultaneously. Just see these last three things. Honestly, this is why I don't. This is probably why I don't play Breakout very often. Then, you know, I just have so many more interesting things I could be doing with my time. Like, you know, at least here I'm playing Breakout with a goal to work towards. Any other Breakout club, oh no, maybe like Corbat's at the lab from Neopets doesn't get me anything. Except like a little bit of a way to pass the time. And honestly, a good portion of the time, I don't really need more ways to pass the time. I need more ways to encourage myself to actually spend my time doing something useful. Yeah, when you procrastinate as much as I do, having more ways of wasting your time is just gonna make things worse. But, you know, also, like I probably wouldn't waste too much of my time on just, like, Breakout. Because it's just not engaging enough. Yeah, my usual time, my usual, you know, go-to, if we're just kind of filling time, are like Sims. Minecraft, and Magic the Gathering Arena. Maybe this will be another one that'll net me some actual coins. Means rather than spending all this time for nothing except for some amount of progress on the as towards the gem shard. And, yeah, as I've said before, is probably got a pretty high threshold. Well, since, you know, you need at least... You apparently need a number in... in, like, the 5-digit range. You need in order to be able to actually get any coins. You know, the most basic reward. Alright, that's 4 done, so now number 5. After we get done, we can just return to our crib and play some Twink Stream. Come on. Just get anywhere near the actual blocks. Hit those last 2. See, like, this is just the worst part of any breakout clone. It's just, you know, you're on the last, like, couple blocks. And so now it's time to spend several minutes trying to get the goddamn ball to hit just one last thing. You know, it's got all this empty space it can bounce around in now. So now it doesn't want to. I think a number of breakout clones probably have a timer. But this one doesn't. Which makes it all the more important for them to make it where the ball can't just get trapped somewhere. There, resulting in a soft block. Like imagine at some point, someone was like, "Hey, boss, what are we gonna do about this happening?" And so they just show the test version to their boss, and the ball is just bouncing in between two metal plates that at this point in development are indestructible. They're just like, it's been like that for hours. It's just like, just make it to where if that happens, and it'll eventually break the metal. But don't worry about, contacting the art team to make any kind of like extra assets to show that the metal gets damaged. No. That means adding to our budget. After all, we're not even giving the ball distinct images based on positioning. All of the motion effect is just going to be particles. Which, to be fair, like, depending on, lighting, it might not have even really be realistic for it to change too much in appearance based on heading. Since, it's just a solid colored red ball. They might not even have hired anyone to draw. It's entirely possible that, well, that, this is just a stock asset that they had lying around. Which would also be why it wouldn't have much of distinct states. It's because, of course, if it was never intended to specifically be the ball for a breakout clone, then it wouldn't be set up to be the ball for a breakout clone. It would probably just be one singular image. That, regardless, is of usage. Like, hit that red block one time. all I need you to do, just hit that one red block. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing that this is number 5 for this rotation, because this music is starting to wear on me a little bit. Like, why is Tiki's game the one that has generic techno? With a loop of like 5 seconds. No, I think you can give it a little bit more credit. This is probably a loop of at least 30 seconds. Just hit the multi-ball. Really, when you think about it, the only always like it's mostly the ones that mostly the assets that specifically depict funkies that we know for sure were custom made for this video game. And didn't come out of just some like stock assets pack. Man, did I do good. I just sneezed a couple times. I just managed to still keep the ball bouncing. Now if I can just get it to land on this one spot so that I can actually complete the level. Finally. Just go in there. Alright, time to return to my crib. I can play some more Twink Stream. At least I'm pretty good at Twink Stream. Like, you know, really, like, it's, like, again, it's probably gonna be bounce and break that I have to devote, like, just about an entire stream to. No, because of the... No, like it's probably, like... But you know, every zone's gonna have that one game where it just takes a while to get the thing from it. You know, in Funky's Town was Heart Hoopla, and in Magma Gorge it's the Shurikens, and in Kelpie Basin it's probably Bounce and Break. And I can already tell that in Laputa Station it's probably going to be Invasion. And I may have to set up my controller for this one because suddenly my elbow is feeling sore. No, I think it might be fine. But, you know, it was acting up a little bit. I mean, usually it's more towards my wrist. I get weird discomfort when specifically using the arrow keys. Seems like it's mostly in briefly my elbow and my fingers. Fingers right now. Time to pull up Anti-Micro X. So I can... You can set. Right there we go. Now I can play with the left stick and the A button, and rather than having to use keys. Yeah, interesting that I've ended up using my Xbox controller more for little flash games than I have for games that have actual dedicated controller support. But, you know, gotta adapt to whatever flavor fucked up my arm is. And maybe one day I'll see a doctor about it, but that sounds expensive. And it's also not a frequent enough thing to really be of, like, dire concern. Granted, a lot of that's probably because most things I do don't involve the arrow keys. Yeah, I'm doing especially bad, probably because I'm not using the same muscle memory, I guess. So that was number 2. This will be run number 3. I feel like we're probably due for a gem shard fairly soon. And because this gonna be starting in on station number 3 pretty soon. Just as soon as I'm done with the next 2 runs of Twink Stream. And again, like, it's probably gonna be from either Brat's game or Glove's game. Or, you know, it could be could very well be Twink Stream. Yeah, I'm actually decent at that as well. You never know, if I do well enough, we might even get one before we even start in on rotation number 3. Like I feel like this is actually a simpler game than other versions I've played with this same, you know, type of game. Because I feel like a lot of them have much faster fire rate for the enemies. And not necessarily even in the sense of like the projectiles moving faster, but at least there are more of them. So this is number 4. Of course, after this run, just one more, and then we switch out, edge back to fish bowling. But, you know, it would be nice to be able to pick up the yearly pace and have it be, say, 2 new zones instead of just 1 being completed each year. I mean, even just making some progress on a second zone after completing the first one, it's still gonna be faster progress rather than just switching to something else as soon as I finished one zone. If we can complete zones at a rate of 2 a year, then that means I will be starting in on Funkiki Island by the end of next November. Aaron, let's see. Like, I'm pretty sure you can do Hidden Realms in just like one. Probably do Hidden Realms in just like one stream. Because other than the fighting game, there's not really much content there. Like if we could get a pace of two completed zones per year, then that would basically mean the series would probably be done by the end of 2026. Because next year, because if we manage to complete both Magma Gorge and Kelpie Basin this year, then maintaining the same pace would mean we'd complete Laputa Station and from Kiki Island next year. So then 2025 it would be Daydream Oasis and Nightmare Rift. Then 2026 would be Hidden Realm and Paradox Green. So one more run of Twink Dream. Or yeah, Twink's Dream. Twink's Dream is probably a very different video. And yeah, I'm willing to bet that it could very well be TOS. Well, I guess really, even Twink's stream could be interpreted to be, you know, something along those lines. And if you interpret it as a K apostrophe S instead of an X. I wonder, did they know the kind of association and that did they know the kind of association that the name of this funky would have? It's like surely they meant it as like, oh, you know, it's to play on Twinkle. Well, you know, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Plus maybe even like a little nod to like Winx Club or something. Plus, you know, if I get just one gem shard tonight, then that'll make making the thumbnail for the VOD easy.
Warning. You now have in your possession a powerful gem shard. Guard it carefully.
Well then, you know, as if on cue. So I guess I never have to play Twink Stream again. Time for some bowling. That also means that we're going to be playing the other three more. That's so close to a strike. Seems like I still don't quite have the technique down. For getting a strike with some semblance of reliability. Which, you know, when I go at it from an angle, that just makes everything worse. It's like you want to start from dead center. Seems like dead center, maximum force. Cursor right on the screen. Anything that shows There's a screen on the little castle. Even that doesn't seem to be super reliable. I mean, who's to say if there's actual, like, you know, full-on physics simulation happening, or if it's just RNG, maybe to some extent. And whether a given pin will fall. However, like, this does seem to be a fairly reliable technique. We're getting at least very close. You want like dead center. Yeah, there we go. It's this is gonna be number 3. I'm getting the strike technique down. Almost got it down. I'm getting the hang of it, but I've not yet perfected it. I'm still getting all these little spares. I think it might just be that I've been slightly off. It seems like you need to be just dead center. You might even be able to use a wood texture as a guide. I think that one might have been a little bit too far to the left. See, there we go. So that was number 3. That was a bit too off center. I'm basically trying to use like this little split area of the wood texture as a guide, and it's working. Mostly it's working. Seems to be working often enough. That was a little bit off center. Think maybe sometimes I'm just constantly moving the cursor somewhat. That's number 4. This will be the last one for this rotation. Well, if only keep it from, at least when I'm not getting a strike, if only I could just keep it from that was too far or to the right, I think. But you know, at least when it's just one pin, I'm able to complete the entire spare very easily. So even just being able to consistently get a spare of 1, that is pretty decent. Or even 2, you know, if they're both on the same side.
Great Tinker's Ghost! You found another gem shard! This is a fantastic development. If we can reunite the gem shards, we can regain their once awesome power. If there are more, we must find them.
All right, so that's it for fish pulling, I guess. So actually, I don't even have to be out here. Because I can just go play Blossom Boogie from the comfort of my crib. I think I kind of figured, you know, this would be the first game to give me a gem shard, but now Bez is gonna be the third. See, I kept getting all those insane high scores. But, you know, again, you know, the easier it is to score points, the harder that they should probably be making the threshold for the gem shard. Which, I mean, I think in that forum post that I saw, most of the time they only took maybe 15. It only took them like maybe like 15 runs of a given game to get the shard. So we probably aren't going to get the complete gem tonight. Just because, you know, we've only got about a half hour left of the stream, so but you know, we can get another shard or two tonight, then we'll probably be able to spend most of the last Saturday of this month at Laputa Station. Probably mostly be getting a head start on that gem for next year. And getting a head start means More time for Funkiki. Maybe even getting a start in on the dream states. Come on, turn into this one. No, that's fine. Just turn into the pink one. But you know, maybe we'll get just like one more gem shard in tonight.
It's clear now that the crystal gems were shattered and scattered in the explosion, but not destroyed. Now there is only one shard left to find in order to complete this gem. If you can find the last one, we may be able to harness its power and defeat Master Lox.
Well, there we go. Only needed one more game of Blossom Boogie. So now it's Tiki time. And of course that means that this does mean that Saturday's stream is going to be a whole lot of bounce and break, and then Laputa Station for however long we have after getting the shard. I think maybe I'll consider they're putting on some different music after this run through of bounce and break. In fact, actually, just do a little bit of this. Bring that. Actually, that only gets the music not be capturing, which actually isn't super useful considering that most of the reason why wait. Well, at least the sounds are a bit different. Yes, I think it will leave the game momentarily. Oh no. There's no option. There's no option to turn the music off. Wait, hold on. No, there is an option for turning the music off. Just gonna have both of those playing it same volume, and now I've got to make my way back to the portal because I went back into the main menu, which took me back to Funkeys Town. Right, had another thing just briefly come up. Actually, there now. Because I think the way I had the audio set up before, like I don't know for sure on my end, but I'm willing to bet that the music was probably doubled. All because I had multiple sources that were capturing the Nightbot audio. We Yang are not scientists. Try to guess which I am today, naughty or nice. I completely missed the rest of that whole sentence. Space is a place for this funky. Could you make some more space? First, you know, I'll get the last gem shard. I'll probably have to get ready to quickly mute the music, since there's not usually music playing other than the little guitar riff when you get a gem shard. But I mean, I don't really expect to get a gem shard in the next 12 minutes. But you never know. After all, I already got 3 of them tonight. Which I feel like it's a better pace than even with Magma Gorge. Because, you know, that was... Magma Gorge was like 2 gems in a stream. Was like 2 gem shards in one stream. Granted, you know, I started out in Kelpie Basin last Saturday. So, you know, for the purposes of this specific U.B Funkeys stream, I had a head start. But not by too terribly much. You know, just like a single, most of a single rotation. Okay, so seems like it counts. That's the little noise it does when and you finish a level as a sound effect, which I mean makes sense because it's not part of the background music. It's just musical. But yeah, that would be about like counting the guitar riff. If that played plays every time you get a gem shard as full-on music. You know, it's musical, but it's, you know, musical audio cue of, hey, listen up, Mayor Say-So's about to start talking again. This is providing like just a little bit of a break. Like from having to listen to the generic techno. You know, actually, I don't even have to capture these separately because since the audio output capture in-game capture that I have captures all of the audio from my speakers, then I can just use that. BRB audio captures for when I went just Nightbot. Or at least I think it should be just Nightbot. Usually it will be, unless I've got a game, you know, making noise while I'm on a BRB or something. And, you know, because it does potentially make it a little bit slower to mute both my microphone and the music once you get the gem shard. Probably be ready. Need to do that. But then again, we've also only got 6 minutes left of the stream. Or, well, 6 minutes or until whatever run of the fountain break I'm on at the time. I'm in, so and whichever happens last. You see, I'm not gonna end a session of Bounce and Break early, just so that I can end at exactly 3 a.m. Yeah, wouldn't it be amazing to just end off on getting the final gem shard? But again, like, seems unlikely. I mean, I have played this game at least 10 times, so we should be getting decently close. Since most games seem to take probably somewhere around 10 to 15 runs to get a shard. On to level 5. It's interesting that there's exactly like 2 like very special types of locks. Guess you could count metal as a third. Maybe if you get like really deep into it, there'll be like a third power up. I guess a second power up. Can you really call the red blocks a power up? Because they're more just a block that does something special, but it doesn't affect the mechanics of how the ball works or how shield works. I'm pretty sure even like Corbat's lab has more than one thing that changes the mechanics of the shield. Things of the the things that you actually interact directly with. At least I'm getting reliably at least up to this point. It was doing so good, just completely on its own. Oh, and now it's bounced back down. I have to closely manage it again. Alright, so that got me to exactly 3 AM, so... So thank you to everyone who stopped by tonight. Next stream in general is planned for Tuesday with The Sims 3. And next U.B Funkeys stream is planned for Saturday, the 25th. Which will be the last Saturday of the month, so it'll be almost the end of Nostalgia November, since I'll probably still be doing some burger shop on the 23rd and 30th. And since those are both Thursdays, which next week probably actually be doing this week. I think I'm actually planning on doing 4 streams rather than the usual 3, as I'm planning on doing the Thanksgiving cooking stream. The Thanksgiving Cooking Simulator stream named the night before Thanksgiving, because who makes a Thanksgiving dinner? I guess most people do make their Thanksgiving dinners on the actual Thanksgiving day, but nobody makes them at 11:30 at night in their time zone. Let's see who's available to raid. Right, Sims 3 category is completely desolate. I'm sure the U.B Funkeys one will be as well. Others. There's someone streaming Neopets. And also, here's my various links. I mean, I was able to fix the goddamn Discord link, so now it's actually going to do the thing properly every time. for whatever reason, it wasn't actually setting them as permanent. So... Oh yeah, once again, thank you to everyone who stopped by tonight. Next stream in general is planned for Tuesday with Sims 3, and next U.B Funkeys stream is planned for next Saturday.